Bolt Bander, it's your boy Curtis Gavin here, and we have Kendrick here as well. Kendrick, how's it going, man?
What's up, San Diego? Another week of Chargers football.
Another week. Barely hanging in here as a team. I've heard a lot from the team just through interviews and stuff that I've watched, and it seems like everyone on the team is still fighting. They're not giving up just yet. So that's exciting that we seem to be in it in terms of our team morale. But first, let's talk about pretty much some brand new stadium news regarding the Chargers moving out of San Diego. I guess there's rumors coming out that the NFL will force any team that wants to relocate to pay a fee of $1 billion. That's with the B, $1 billion.
B, 1 billion.
And as we know, the Chargers are already having to make certain moves and cuts here and there to try to make the Carson deal work, sharing a stadium and such. So to see both the Chargers and the Raiders pay $1 billion before they even talk about the cost of the stadium, I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, they're saying that the Chargers and the Raiders probably won't afford it. And then Kroenke will probably just pay it straight up, whatever. It doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, he'll just hand over the cash. Here you go.
It's an interesting report because for them to do it, it shows who they favor, and it shows that they favor the Rams. They're kind of like Chargers and Raiders, kind of wipe them off the slate.
They did it in a very professional manner, though. Like they didn't say "Hey guys, this is our opinion." It was like, "Oh, we're gonna charge this fee," and basically,
this is the fee. Deal with it.
Seems to be that the Rams are favored,
which is interesting because earlier reports said that they didn't like how much power Kroenke had, and now this shows that he's the only one who could pay that fee. I think the thing that bodes what's next is if it's true, then do they protest it? What happens from that next point on? Whether they can deliberate about it?
I don't think personally that they can protest it. Because I imagine if it's true, it's coming from the relocation committee team rather than the own. You know what I mean? I think it's more of the guys deciding on who's gonna move rather than the owners. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So that's good news for San Diegans and Charger fans in San Diego.
For now.
It's true. For us. It's just rumors at this point, but I could see it being true. It makes sense to me. They seem to be taking this whole relocation thing very seriously, so it would all add up if there was a fee that large to relocate. All right, and let's talk about this game. We have
Monday Night
Football in San Diego.
We know how this goes.
Keenan's done, unfortunately. That was a heartbreak. Man, that was a bummer because I know Philip talked about it, and a lot of people have been talking about it, how Keenan was on a career, his best year yet with just setting records, on pace to set records anyway. So it's a bummer to see a guy go down like that. And it wasn't even just some random play where he got tackled. It was him balling out and going super hard to catch a ball, and then he came down, and somewhere from that he hurt his insides basically.
Yeah, just the landing of it. Just he didn't land right. The impact of the two guys landing on him and hitting the ground.
I don't remember the last time I've heard of an injury kind of that weird or random.
Yeah, it's just a freak accident. It's a really weird thing.
Super freaky. Yeah, so Chargers have lost 4 in a row. Chicago, people talk about how terrible Chicago is, and I will mention, because I love my Raiders so much, the Raiders did lose to the Bears, just saying.
The Chiefs also lost to the Bears.
Chiefs lost to the Bears. So
There are only 2 wins on the season. Are the AFC West?
I'm not trying to roast the Raiders. I'm just saying.
I'm
Lost
trying
to
to roast
the
them.
Bears. Probably get called out later in the comment section if you want to see that. So
Yeah, but I mean, like, it shows as far as history goes for the Chargers. We play strongly, we're cruising, and by some magic they blow it. And the fact that the Raiders and Chiefs blew the game to the Bears and they got cutlered in the last 48 seconds doesn't really bode well for this game.
no, if you're doing the math on who beat who and that kind of thing, it's not looking well. But I don't know that it's not good that Chicago's getting better too. From what I've heard, just people talk. I haven't watched many Chicago games.
Well, this week they're not going to have their lead running back Matt Forte,
which is huge,
and they won't have Eddie Royal. So really, their only passing options are going to be Alshon Jeffrey, the receiver, and Martellus Bennett. The problem with that is that Jason Verrett's not looking very healthy. Brandon Flowers isn't looking very healthy. So, and Patrick Robinson, we haven't heard a lot about his concussion testing. So it's going to be interesting to see, because of the extra data we get, how these guys heal up. Because right now, even on the offensive side, we're looking at Dunlap not playing, Orlando Franklin not playing, Corey Legion not playing. But the problem is with the Bears, the way you beat them is you force Cutler to turn over the ball.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that we have the guys who can get the turnovers.
Unless our boy Melvin Ingram.
Yeah, I mean, Melvin and Atauchu are going to be bringing the pain no matter what. But what at the second level, who gets the picks? You know what I mean? Like, Weddle's not out there to get a pick.
I think Weddle's going to play.
Really? I think he's going to be after the bye week. It's hit and miss right now.
He's in limited practice, and just the timetable of Monday night, I see him suiting up. I think it's been painful for him to watch them lose 2 games and have him be on the sidelines. I think he'll go out there. That's my best bet, though.
Hopefully. That'd be really good.
And I think Flowers...
Do you think Flowers and Verrett will suit up?
Say that again?
Do you think Flowers and Verrett are going to suit up?
Yeah, I heard Flowers is okay. He was a little banged up. Verrett, I'm not sure. I think Verrett will play too. But the problem with that too is will they be 100%? You know, especially Verrett. Verrett's been having a great year, and if he's not 100% against Jeffrey, could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm excited to see how that's gonna work. But like we were saying, the way you beat Cutler is you force the turnovers, and we'll see what he can do.
And it's kind of a game where it's the loser's out. You know what I mean? Sudden death game, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I think as far as the NFC North goes, I think the Bears have already lost that battle.
Yeah.
I think the AFC West is definitely still up for grabs for that second spot. I think a lot of things can turn there. But it's going to be an interesting game to see what happens when these are two – I'm just going to say these are 2 horrible teams playing each other, throwing down. That makes for a close game. It makes for an exciting game, but it's not good for the Chargers.
And it's tough for me because when I say the Chargers are terrible – they are talented, but they're not playing.
They're not playing to their peak.
Yeah,
they're not playing to their ability.
I think,
and we're allowed to say they're terrible because they're on a 4-game losing streak.
A big part of it is us giving up huge plays on defense.
Yeah, and that's what blew the game for us against the Ravens. That's what blew the game for us against the Steelers. and I'm scared it's what's going to blow the game for us against the Bears.
Because every game we've lost by like a score. Besides Minnesota, where literally that was probably our worst game. We lost the whole O line, and we just couldn't get anything going.
Yep.
Tough to like think about that, like one more touchdown, you stop Pittsburgh, you score at the end against Green Bay. Maybe Keenan doesn't cause that pass interference against Oakland. You get the ball back on an onside kick. You don't blow it against Baltimore, and then look where you're at.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you win those prior games, I think the Oakland game goes completely differently too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If you could have pulled out against the Steelers, if you could have pulled it out against the Packers, the team would be fighting. The team would be on one. You know what I mean?
Yep, definitely.
Maybe they'd be a little bit healthier. But these are all hypotheticals.
Yep.
We're talking about the game on Monday.
People that follow the Chargers and write for the Chargers, I've heard a lot of them say like they're just looking for that win to get going, to get rolling. Even Phil said that.
Yeah, and this win can come right before the bye week when a lot of people, when the whole team is going to get healthy. Like Mateo's going to be back. Hopefully, our O-line comes back.
Oh yeah.
This is the win to turn it around, and I like to think that they know that.
I would love to start the fire now, go and have a week to just let it burn and simmer, and then come back and hopefully just be on fire, ready to do some damage.
Because like you look at this Bears defense. There's no way they're going to stop Phillip Rivers. No way, absolutely not. This Bears defense, they traded away all their best guys. Mm-hmm. Traded away Jared Allen. Charles Tillman's gone. Traded away Bostic or whatever he was. And there's no one on the defense to stop our offense. And we have maybe 2 or 3 guys that can contend with the Bears' offense, and that should be enough.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, too. They're used to having Forte, and Forte won't be there, so...
I've heard a lot of good things about this guy Kyle Langford, their running back. A lot of people are saying that Kyle Langford's a pretty capable running back, so I'm interested to see what they can do, considering how poor our team is against the run.
Yeah. We are not the best.
So we'll see what Langford can do, because Langford's pretty similar to Forte, a little bit younger, a little bit faster, and then once again, it's the battle of another rookie running back. When this was, I think Langford's out of Boston College, and I remember hearing his name from Hacksaw. Hacksaw talked about Langford and Abdullah a lot. So It'll be interesting to see what happens in this game. I heard a lot of people talking about, too, what if we change the game plan and pounded the rock with Gordon going up and keep Rivers from not passing very much and just work on play action? Like, what if they completely put this team around Gordon, kind of what the Rams are doing with Todd Gurley, just to see what we can get out of them? So I'm curious to see how that will work. And then once again, it's Monday night. John Gruden's going to be all over Phillip Rivers, loving the heck out of him. And with a coaching controversy like we have, we're going to be hearing it once again. Oh, Gruden's going to coach the Chargers. He loves Phillip Rivers so much.
I mean, he does. I think it's still a little early. Some people are talking about it, but I think it's a little early to say goodbye to McCoy for some reason. I just feel like
I saw a report the other day that if they move to LA, they're just going to fire everyone.
I could see that.
And start from scratch, and I could see that. Absolutely.
I think it'll be literally a fire sale of the team. Like, people will be traded. Like, I think
they'll trade Rivers probably.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, Rivers has a no trade clause in his contract.
Yeah, but he'll want to be. I don't think he'll want to play in LA.
No, I think he'll have to though. Yeah, it'll be interesting. When I thought about it first, I was thinking it could be Chargers' chance to blow it out, but now that I think about it more, I think it'll be close. Yeah. And just to give you a little perspective, points allowed, they are 27th and we are 29th. on defense. So could be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to be about can we force Cutler to turn the ball over.
Trying
That's
to think
what
of
it
the
comes down
last
to.
turnover we had. It's been a while, I feel.
Yeah, it has. And you think about the last Monday night game, we dropped 4 picks. Like it's
Big mistake.
you gotta get it right here. You gotta get the turnovers.
Yeah, that was huge, not capitalizing on any of those, really.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. But I think we have a good chance. Being at home Monday night is always a great thing. We almost had against the Steelers. We just didn't play good football. I think I saw some glimpses of hope of playing good football last week. So
Yeah,
I'm confident.
you win the game last week if that 5th string corner, who I don't even know his name, doesn't give up that pass.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't reach out there. I think if Verrett's covering that guy, Verrett's going up for the ball, running straight up with the guy, doesn't even touch the receiver because he's going for the ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pagano was like in the last press conference or whatever from practice yesterday. He was like, "Yep, we give up big plays. Our biggest Achilles heel. We've just given up big plays." And it's true.
Yep.
The biggest thing is giving up big plays, time and time again. Yep. I'm worried. I hope we put pressure on Cutler and we don't see the clutch Cutler. We see the worried and freaking out Cutler. I really do.
And what if Atasha and Ingram hurt him?
Crazy.
It'd be nuts. Absolutely nuts.
I hope they get up in his face early. Make him feel pressured to where one person gets close and he's hurrying the ball to throw it away. And if we're talking offense too, we're still first in yards. Really, we also have an bye, so that kind of weighs it in our favor. But they are 27th in total yards and 23rd passing and 16th rushing. And we're 28th rushing and first passing, of course. So, we're at the bottom rushing. If we get, like you're saying, if we get that run game going, I think that could really help our team. Like we balance.
This is the team for Gordon to run all over too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is the time. This is the time for him to blow out. This is a porous run defense.
I just want to see him run outside too, because I've seen so many times where.
Well, I want to see our O line push to get him outside. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We talked about for a while there that he had the most 20-yard runs in the NFL, and that's because he was getting in the open field, and they're not opening up the holes like they are. So.
But I hate seeing him get the ball and go 1 or 2 yards and kind of like shuffle and then just kind of like and fall down. It's like the worst.
Yeah, and then he doesn't protect the ball. He doesn't cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's progress. You need to see progress from our young rookie running back.
Yeah. All right, prediction time. What's the score going to be?
23-20 Chargers.
All right, I'm going 31-23 Chargers.
Big. That's big. I think it's going to be close. I think it'll be a shootout. I think the thing that determines this game is who's running the ball better and who's controlling the clock.
I agree.
That's all it is. If we can force Keller to give it up twice, I think it's closer to what you said. I think we'll convert our turnovers well. Mm-hmm. But I don't expect us to get the turnovers, and I think we're going to just edge it out here.
I hope so. It'd be nice to see it, though. Like, if we get a couple turnovers, it could be like a 2 or 3 possession victory, maybe. our defense shows up and proves.
Yeah, man. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be just a question of who controls the ball, who controls this game.
Everyone's kind of blown it off as that's crappy Monday Night Football. I don't think it's gonna be a bad game. It's gonna be a good game. At least for sure the first half, you know.
Yeah, I hope some East Coasters go to bed so that there's not a lot of people watching. I feel like when 15 million people are watching the Chargers, they just are like, okay, spotlight.
Yep.
We'll see.
I'm excited.
Monday night show, instant reaction.
Instant reaction right after the game.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yep. Fourth quarter, about 7 minutes in, start setting up the gear, getting ready.
Yep. People are either going to be pumped or very upset. People are going to be heated.
Maybe get some live chat from some people when the game is done.
That'd be fun.
You're all welcome to it.
Yeah, it would be cool to get some fans on here, some San Diego Charger fans talking with us. Or some like riders like Kevin Acey or Eric Williams.
Bro, anytime Kevin Acey, Eric Williams, or Michael Gilkin, any of those guys want to come on this show, you're welcome.
Please come on.
Please. You got it.
Honestly, any Charger fan really. But if you write or you're on the radio, like that would be an honor to host anyone that has a voice somewhere else.
You're welcome to it.
All right, well that's all I gotta say about this game. Let's hit Cutler hard and let's get the ball and let's not give up big plays. Por favor. Please and thank you.
Por favor.
Por favor. Gotta wait till Monday night.
Long weekend. We'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see how the NFL world changes. Maybe the Broncos will lose. It's the Colts. Probably not, but we can hope.
No. Yeah, probably not.
Oh, well.
Alrighty, well. This has been a good episode of Bolt Banter. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Please go follow us on Twitter. Go subscribe to our YouTube page. And our Twitter handle is @BoltBanter, and we're also on Facebook and iTunes and SoundCloud. So if you're into the whole podcast deal, check those out as well. Any last words, Kendrick?
Bolt up.
Bolt up. Monday Night Football. We'll see you after the game, right after the game, here, and go to our social media if you want to keep up to date and let you know when we're going on, and we'll have the link.
Those live blogs.
Oh yeah,
the live updates,
the live broadcast of our instant reaction. Go Chargers! Right. Monday Night Football. Monday night. Gruden's the man.
Dun 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 dun.
Forever.